Please repeat after me. Oh, come on, that's cute. I love you guys. God's love is a banquet.
God's love is a banquet.
Make it a great day.
Make it a great day.
Celebrate generosity. Celebrate generosity.
Celebrate generosity.
All right, those are the 3 points.
Friday night at the Synod Assembly, we got to listen to Rolf Jacobson, and he was full of great things to share, and his 3 main points he just kept having us repeat, and I loved that because then we were sure we would go home and remember it well. But he talked about God's love as a feast and a banquet, and make it a great and a grateful day, and how we should be celebrating generosity.
The root metaphor in the Bible for God's love is the feast, right? Oh, by the way, I tend to pace. It's true, I pace in a wheelchair, and so I'm just letting the camera people know I don't sit still.
He communicated so well, and he was so funny, and you could just see he loved God, and that he had a lot of love within him. But the big thing that I took away from that night was be grateful. Be grateful for everything. Be grateful every day. Be grateful.
The point that really came out to me was we really need to do is just be grateful. Be grateful what we have and where we are.
Saturday was filled with business. We heard from representatives of the ELCA.
Yes, there were some times that you kind of think when you look at the what's going to be going on for the day, you think, oh, this is going to be so boring, because it's about the treasurer's report and
voted on a 2014 budget
and all of that sort of thing. But you know what? I found that I learned so much.
I am struck still by how first-timers to Synod Assembly, how moved they are by the fact that they are part of something bigger, that it isn't just about our First Lutheran, but they recognize that, oh, we're one of 74 congregations, which is one of thousands of congregations and millions of Christians who call themselves ELCA Lutheran.
And how much we do, not only in our synod, but how much we do all over the world.
It was very educational, and it gave you a lot broader base of what our church is involved in.
They need our support as a congregation. And that can go from the mission trips to the youth camps,
the malaria task force to hunger task force.
Fighting hunger, malaria is some of the areas that they talked about.
Involvement with developing a new church down in Peru.
That we are, as a congregation, the building blocks, and the success of the Synod is based on us. So we need to put forth our efforts.
It's more than just our small community. It's a much larger community all the way around.
I think that this is probably the one biggest thing that I took away from the whole assembly was the third day. A lot of us from our church going out and doing service work, and every church did this within our synod.
Really, we're intentional about every congregation in the synod doing an act of service.
And our church chose to go out and pray for the different neighborhoods.
Members were divided into different small groups to go out and pray for sections of our community. I went with Mary Ann Redford, and we prayed for schools and for businesses and for homes in the community.
I was really proud to be from First Lutheran, saying that our service project was a prayer walk, because so many times we say, oh, all I can do is pray, and that seems like it's the last resort. But I think we were making a bold statement to say the greatest thing we can do and the first thing we should do is to pray, and that is a great act of service. Was a great message to share with the community and with our own congregation.
And I think about that every day that I drive by that neighborhood that we prayed for. And I say another prayer. It was just automatic.
And I think to a person, all of us were surprised to some extent at how powerful it was to simply pray as we walk and pray for those neighborhoods and institutions that we walk by. It's something we, I think, are going to build on and do more of at First as the years go on.
And for me to go to that was just awesome. And I would recommend it to every church member that if they could go. It would be awesome for you to be able to go and see, be able to go to the Synod Assembly and see what's going on within our Synod.
It was just nice to be together as a delegation too.
I'd like to encourage anyone in the parish here to take this opportunity, because you'll feel like you've spent 2 days at a retreat and just be all excited to spread the word of God.